Thank you. If I look familiar to you, it's because I appeared in Dogs Today magazine, May 2005, on pages 60 to 62. I don't actually like dogs, but they didn't know that at the time. People live their lives leaving vapour trails of stuff behind them. I'm booming in funny ways. The modern mundanist archives of trails because most of the people can't be bothered. Basically, I'm going to show you a load of photos that I've taken and kind of plot some kind of course through it, but it's not meant to be in any way very clever, and that's just some words to justify me standing here. The other thing is, keep to hard pass. Now, I've got the second from last slot, and I heard earlier you've got to be less is more, and I've unfortunately got more. I've got 210 slides to get through. We've got 20 minutes. Let's crack on. Things are best viewed whilst walking. I do a lot of walking, and I have to urge everybody to walk everywhere, and sometimes actually it's that journey which is interesting. So if we start off with some things about slide. Well, you know, when I see the word uneven, I think that's odd. Diversions that go everywhere. Diversions that go both ways. Life is full of decisions and indecisions. And what about this one? Where'd you go? Well, what about this? This is just brilliant, actually. I've got a little pointy doofer here. Hey, there's £10. Fantastic. You can see here, this is one of these unidirectional things. What you can do is you can take that off so you can point it in either direction. So turning it upside down. What's that all about? Fantastic. Or this one. Cautions, beware. I'm a pedestrian, and I think you need to take care. But also, don't get too brave as a pedestrian. Don't stray too far out on the pavement. And always like an exclamation mark. And this is brilliant. It's like some kind of prog rock album title. Pedestrian Casualty Reduction Signalling Timing Experiment. Or maybe it's a Marky Smith Fall type thing. Pedestrian Casualty Reduction Signalling Timing Experiment. I also like taking pictures of lights with famous buildings in between. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I think of London, I think that looks rather like a giant fruit salad. That's from at BT Tower. And sometimes you see staples look like girders, if you're low enough. So this is a thing of rubble. Turf, good enough to eat. Now, I don't know about you, but urban camping, I'm not so sure. Not so sure. But this guy did. First day homeless, need work, please help. I think it was great to sort of see him as set off. I never caught up with him to see if he got work. Sorry about that. That would have been quite useful. I don't like to use the word tramp. I use street ambassador, which I think works a bit better. And this is a guy who used to be famous, a real hero, action man, of course, succumbed to the demon drink there. I was at the Reading Festival. And again, Sooty there, please help. I mean, he's trying to get a beer there. He was asking for trouble with his little quiet voice, so he had to get someone to help him anyway. This guy here, these charity little collection things, I mean, they're just fantastic, but they're slightly eerie as well. And he's protecting his dog so he doesn't go the same way as everyone else. Humpty, with the old exclamation mark again there. And this bird, waiting for the big fish. And these cats look very suspicious. They look very innocent, but actually, we know about the escape poaching. Thank you. Now, I had an unfortunate thing. I take a lot of photos, and for a period of about a fortnight, every time I took a picture of a bird, this is honestly, the head seemed to just disappear, and it wasn't until afterwards. So I got a headless budgie. I think the head actually is under there. What happened? It was a strange thing. These weren't deliberate at all, it just kind of happened. And there's a warthog that's eaten a man. Flamingos are weird, they're just basically a knot. However, at Christmas, they like to dress up a bit sexy. I don't know about you, whoever's idea was to put a flamingo in a bikini. That's genius. Don't mess with a hen. All these flies waiting to go to the West Wing. Guinea pig. Real live snakes and lizards. I mean, what does that mean? There's one sort of drawn on. But real live, rather than, I don't know, real dead ones or something. Now, random bag searches. Now, when I read about random bags, it's obviously a situation we're in today. You never know whether it's the random bags they're searching, so your bag looks a bit random, we better search that. Or actually, the method of searching a bag is a bit random. Now, what if Miffy was searching your bag? Now, he's got big hands, he looks like he's actually in the queue for the bag search there. That would be a bit tricky. Or what about Mr. Tickle? He would be very good at searching the bag. You wouldn't even have to be near him, number 44. Or this chap, you'd be a bit scared, wouldn't you? You'd think, oh, actually, I've got a lot to declare, have my bag. Or him. Now, I always thought about this donut man. Actually, he could have some kind of metal detector through the middle. Now, in Tottenham Court Road, just over there, there's a shop where they regularly have people dressed up as different animals, but rather than sticking to the same one, they go for various different sorts. It's always very eerie. I actually tried to conversate with one of these guys, one of the people in there, and he was a bit confused, to be honest. What is that? I asked him what he was. He didn't know what he was. There's an owl, big flat face, the old owl, flat face. But I reckon what it is, it's an eye treatment. You're walking by, I think I just saw a line, I bet I'm going to get my eyes checked. Or use one of these pens. Actually, anyone want a laser eye treatment, I can do that for you. While you wait ears piercing. Well, that's got to be the best job ever, dressed as a sandwich, looking slightly glum. I mean, he's sort of like, what do you eat today? Well, I wandered around dressed as a sandwich. And look at him, he's had his face kicked in. And mannequins, they're sad. There's a very sad bunch of mannequins now been destroyed, unfortunately. But they're just so sad, and it would just drag me down. What is it? I reckon that's a false beard. A real mannequin, false beard. And look at this. This is the evil. Just buy the dress, get out of there. Heads in jars, heads on sticks, heads being stolen. Or what about headless ones with their... it's all very mysterious, the world of headless, reading a book but actually got no head. Now, it's not just a modern thing. Obviously, this is a religious statue there, moment of silence, and there's the Holy Ghost there, aka the Holy Spirit in the modern days. But for statues, poppycock. But back in the day, a bit of nudity. But nowadays, I mean, what's this lady advertising here? Well, what are these people advertising? It's the Emperor's New Closet, literally. And then their arms start falling off, but it's all right because you can buy a leg for £5. Leg only £5. A leg only £5. Leg only £5. Or loads of legs. Or this guy, rather an accident-prone chap there. You can't really see too well, but he's sort of incontinent pants. They're not an impulse buy, are they? Or perhaps they are. Wearing 2 sets of sunglasses. Don't you think people should wear more hats? Not just more hats, but just more hats. So, can you get by living only by things that you find on the streets? Well, there's obviously a television. My office is down there, and that's a television studio down there as well. Washing machines, so you can keep clean. Henry, poor old Henry there, he's seen that bag gone by. He's taking a bit of a shine to it. It starts to go off. Can't keep up. Bath, you have a bath in the street. You can get your makeup done in the street. Hairbrush. You can use a comb, a toothbrush. False teeth. Even if you haven't got teeth, you're all right. Just go and some dentures there by the Thames and some old toothpaste. I like dirty shoes. Please use me. Thank you. These things, wouldn't it be great to have a race on those? Street cleaners, trolleys and chairs are the staples of society. They're everywhere. I love these trolleys. They all come in different sorts and varieties. They're all over the place. You look at them, this one seems to be hovering. You can't see it too well, but it was actually in the air. Of course, they've got no reverse. That's why they're everywhere, because they kind of get stuck. Who would win in this race, do you reckon? Okay, he's got the speed, but he's used to working in wet conditions. Now, this is something I saw earlier this week, and I thought of you when I saw it. These guys are all lined up outside the street, and I photoed them as they zoomed across the road. It looked like a dead heat for a moment, but then they got it. And there was just millions of them all over the place. Shopping trolleys. Trolleys are everywhere. They're fantastic. They're metal framework. I think they are something for society, something. Insert something clever here. Thank you. There's a chairs. Chairs are just brilliant, aren't they, actually? I mean, we've been sitting them on all day, but we just take them for granted. They're just brilliant. Chairs. And litter bins as well, but chairs. And they're just having a sleep there on the way back from the office. Scooters for sale. That's not a scooter. They've obviously had an upgrade. But scooters, I am legal. He has to say it. I am legal. What, in everything? That's a bit of a blanket statement. People reveal deep emotions through their signage such as that. Look at this one. Oh, please stop your dog from urinating on my scooter. Bit aggressive, so he's put some happy birthday tape round there, just to cheer it up a bit. What about this one? Why don't you leave our plants alone, you miserable thief? You're all right, I will. I hadn't thought of that, sorry. What about this one? Ring the bell once, I'm old, but I'm not deaf. Or this one, on number 11, Downing Street. Please bang the door shut, I'm leaving the building. Let's be Tony on whenever it is. Semi-automatic door, push. Push the button. Danger no floor. You find love in the funniest places. Secret garden. This nightclub is not closing for a refit. Well, does it need to? What are you implying there? Dog signs. I love that. Well, the reason I appeared in Dog's Day, I love dog signs. They're just so different. I mean, that one's obviously, sort of in action. The Belgians make some fantastic ones, tough. But it's one of the things, actually, whenever I see a different dog sign, I'm trying to archive the complete lot. So if you've seen any, then do send them to me. Pictures of them rather than the actual signs. Look at that one. And there's little things. It's all going on there. Do you know when I see that, I think clock repairs. 24-hour alterations. This one, Neighbourhood Watch. Actually, I mean, some Neighbourhood Watch schemes are more active than others. Roll-up trousers. Why can't you just turn them up? Caution, doors open. And things just left on the street. Now, out of the mouths of babes. I've got a book for sale out the back, actually, shameless plug, of dummies that have just fallen on the floor. And they're just beautiful things if you look at them. They're just shiny plastic things that represent motherhood and then sort of movement from maybe childhood to adulthood or something like that. But if nothing else, they're just a nice bit of plastic. Look at that. Do you think they're like the dad was walking along doing something like that? Throw that down as well. Cigarettes? No. And cigarette lighters everywhere. Brilliant stuff. There's a giant one there. And matches as well. Stationery. Look what they've done there. They've saved them an extra tea. Now, if anyone's near your house, actually. And look at that. That's not going anywhere either, so that's stationery too. But if you're on the way home, you fancy a little tinkle on the organ, there's your place to go. There's a lot of musical instruments moving around the town, but we don't see them, but you should look out for them. How do you transport gamblers? And gambleraholics? Put them in a van full of them. Woo them in. Shut it. Look at that. Severe delays, suspended, minor delays. To me, that's a list of excuses. This is a real picture of the tube just stopped by a thing, and I'm not sure whether to get out or stay in. Look at that. There's a lot of food about in the street as well. There's a lemon on the underground, potato, a pie, tomato, raspberry. Oh, it's quite nice, that raspberry, actually. Now, Gorman, he's everywhere with his statues. Of course, before there was a sausage roll there. So, innocent times. Tomato or what? Smash your head in. Look at that one. Kitchen fresh soup or guest soup? I think I'll go for the fresh one and pretend I live in it. Look at this. 3 Kit Kat cubes with today's Evening Standard. But he got a 6 million bounty for this. As my daughter says, drinks make wheeze. Toilet roll available from the Duty Ranger. But you're going to have to kind of fess up that you're going in, so I'm not sure that's going to work too well. But I suppose you've got to. There's just some pictures of peas. Did bollards actually cause the problems they appear to be warning us about? Did that bollard actually do that? Did they actually do that? What are they up to? Look at that, it's giant. There's teeny people down there. But of course, they all die in the end. And it was good to see actually a bollard in your Tiddlywink thing. Fantastic stuff. Regional variant, full English. You can be fully English all day for £3.75. Peas, full English, taking full advantage of that. Clearance sale there. Tycoon, Death Plunge, doesn't matter, have an ice cream. Ice cream, seaside, of course, old socks on the beach. He was going to win the best sandcastle competition with him. My dad never played fair. Look at that, they don't grow on trees, you know. Children must not play in the slide, because there's those things going. Father and son, £5. They'd had a really bad day in the week. Mum had decided that's it. Off they go. Of course, eBay nowadays. This way to all facilities. Everything that way, because there's nothing there. It's pointless. Go down there. Stuff we put on our limbs is easily lost. Boots, shoes, gloves. I can't walk past the glove, actually, without taking a photo of it. I'm not sure whether this is a confession. Only a few sides to go now. Everything must go. Hurry, while stocks last. How about this? Shoe World, last day, closing down. Shoe World, do you remember Shoe World? Crazy idea. Footwear-based theme park. They had all the rides, the big slipper, the rollerblader coaster, the ghost trainer, and my favourite, the clog flume. You just missed the zebra crossing. Now this, I don't know about you, but if I was painting all this black, I wouldn't start in that corner. And wouldn't it be brilliant if everything, when it broke, was as beautiful as that? Leaflet store, now upstairs next to the bin room. I don't know if you can guess what that is. Basically, it's that from a different angle. I think you really have got to look at life slightly different angle. This is my final sort of picture slide. Help yourself to work. Now, who put that there? And what were they expecting? What right have they got to give the earth to everyone? Were they some kind of alien conspiracy pacifists? Go on, you can have it. We don't want it. Help yourself. So my message to you today is keep to the hard path. Always go the long way, because you're bound to see something a bit more interesting. And keep noticing the small details, because that's the exciting stuff. And that's me. Thank you very much.